So I took a bit of a break. So to explain, I've had this idea for so many years now that I have my own perception, my own idea of this project. I got to a point where I really feared that I wouldn't be able to do it. And instead I put it into the too hard basket and I just sort of pushed it back. So recently I ordered through Fiverr a number of voice artists to do different characters in my game. It was nothing against anybody who had sent me samples when I asked on Facebook, on my own personal Facebook. It was all on me. It's a strange feeling to have characters to a story of your own that suddenly receive voices. Because for so many years, they've just been the voices that you've made up in your head. And you can't really describe what those voices sound like. Because you don't ever think that it will be how you pictured it to be. That's hard when it's something that you absolutely love to death. It's your creation. It has to be, and you want it to be perfect. You think that you'll just have to sort of accept it, that it's not going to be perfect. You just have to accept something else. Subpar, I guess. So I needed the voice for a child character in my game. I first approached a bunch of female actors, female voice actors, to try and do it. But it never sounded right. And although that they were very good, they were very good, it didn't sound right. I found a few child voice actors. 2 were professional voice actors. With family members in the industry coaching them along, either voice artists themselves or vocal coaches. And the deliveries were lacking. It felt more like they were reading from a script, which is fine because a lot of them were doing voiceover stuff for adverts and stuff like that on radio. So what they did was perfectly within the sort of jobs that they often get. It had range in their voice, but it wasn't the sort of range that you'd hear in conversation. And so therefore, when it came to the more emotional parts of the script, it just read as words on a page. I figured maybe this would be the best that I can get, and I'll just have to get used to it. But there was one other. Their samples of recordings really varied in microphone quality. I imagine that different microphones were used at different times, maybe. I thought, stuff it. I'll give it a shot. Maybe I can clean up the audio myself, just to get by if I needed it. The father asked me how much I thought I should pay for the project. These other 2 kids I paid $40 USD for each. And I figured, I guess that must be the going rate for this, considering these kids have professional fathers and stuff like that, and they both came up with the exact same number. So I guess that must be the trade amount, I guess. So there we go. Out of the 3 artists, I paid them each $40 USD. Nobody had been able to nail this character yet, and I thought, you know what? Last chance, and I'll just pick one, I guess, for the time being to make it subpar, just so I could move on, just to get it finished. And the delivery came back, and it wasn't exactly what I had in mind for the character, because instead it changed my perspective of my character. My character, the one that I had created, the one that I had envisioned for so many years, it started to take on its own life. And that is the strangest feeling for an artist. It just got me on such a complete creative high. I was just so happy that this isn't what I had in mind for the character. This is something that, this was the character. This was Caden. I wanted to type this absolutely massively long message commending this kid's ability to the father, but I was just like, no, that's going to be a bit weird. So I hope they're watching this now. Because I bravo, mate. Absolutely bloody brilliant. But yeah, I guess I hope that this was the hardest thing that I'll have to face. But yeah, I know that I'll face this problem in the future, with many different parts about this project. And I'd love to work with more people on this project. People that are passionate about it, and people that will give me ideas that change my perception of my own story. I would absolutely love that. I would like it to take on its own shape and its own life inside of other people's minds, not just my own. So, stay posted.
We're looking for anything that may still be edible.
There isn't much left.
I know, but if it doesn't look too rusty, it might still be okay.
If you could have any food, what would it be?
If I could have any food... Do you remember that night we tried old school chocolate?
Oh, yeah.
That stuff beats anything I've ever had, hands down.
I remember Gavin all that. I just don't remember that it was him giving it to us.
He was a good guy, just surrounded by bad people.
What did happen to him?
Nah, he stayed behind.
Think we'll see him again?
You never know.
Hey Aaron, how's it looking?
I think this place was one of the first ones here because there isn't much here that anyone would be interested in. Unless you want horseradish.
What's horseradish? Is it horse meat?
No, it's a vegetable.
Oh, yuck. That's heaps worse.